What's up YouTube, I'm just another guy and welcome back to Gibraltar United. So here we are, the first knockout round of the Europa League and big game against Villarreal coming up. But before we go into them two games, I want to quickly go through sort of a mid-season update sort of thing. I'm going to run through a few things, so don't want to take too long, so let's quickly go through it. So with the club, back room behind the, whatever you want to call it, behind the club, we have improved the training facilities yet again. Now our average training facilities, we're also getting them improved next season. So that's good. We should get, I think it's above average next. I'm not too sure. Also, we did improve junior coaching, so our youth players, when they come in, will have better current abilities. That'll be good. Producing better youth, hopefully, in the future. That will come from that. So that's all good there. In terms of an affiliated club, I'm hopefully going to be getting a new one. I did ask for Leo FC very recently, quite literally today. So hopefully Leo FC will be a team we're going to be affiliated with soon, and paying them money and stuff. We still have Cannons, so don't worry about that. Hopefully it won't actually replace Cannons, but if it does, I may cancel it because I kind of prefer Cannons being our feeder club. But whatever happens, happens. So let's go into the transfers and quickly run through them. So in terms of out, we loaned out a lot more people in December to January because of course our transfer window opens in December and in late January, not exactly February like Europe's and England's one does. But the two people I did sell for, weren't loan offers, were actually Carmine Di Matteo. He left for £1,000 to Modena. I'm pretty happy with the fee we picked up. I mean, it's not a large amount of money compared to what we get now in Europe, but it's still money, and it still was a free transfer. Technically, it's still a K profit made. Also, as well, he was faded out of the team. He was never exactly a prominent player. He was never like, oh man, this guy is incredible, he's going to be here for definitely the next few years. No, he was always just, oh, he'll do. And right now he wouldn't do anymore, so off he went. And I'm glad I got money from him. And Jordan Smith, he also was sold on a free transfer though to Huddersfield. Now with Smith, his contract was expiring at the end of the season. I wasn't really using him, and I was like, all right, we've got £900 a week we're paying him on wages for the next 6 months until his contract expires. Can I get rid of him? His value was only like £500 or something. It wasn't a lot, so in the end I was just like, look, I don't even care if we get a bit of money off him. I'd rather just not pay the wage. So offered him to free transfers. I think about 5 or 6 English teams come in and said, yeah, we're interested in him. He's ended up going to Huddersfield, and as you can see, he's in their under 21, so it's not exactly the best team to go to for first team football, but I'm sure he's just chuffed to be in the Championship. And that's Jordan Smith. Bye-bye. So the 3 players we bought in. Now one of them I mentioned briefly before. However, when he came in last time, it was a loan deal. You saw me accept it on camera. It was Nelson Vasconcelos, 19 years of age, Belgium. And a former Belgium, I don't know what tier this is, 3rd, 4th tier, God knows. I apologize for not knowing, but I don't know the names of the leagues. And he played really well for them during his time there. He was released on free transfer and he was without a club. So we signed him, but we signed him after the end of the transfer window. So as a result, he had to wait until December to come in. But overall, I'm pretty happy with this guy. Not the worst centre mid. In fact, according to reports, he was around the same level as Di Matteo, which is why Di Matteo left. Also with this guy as well, he can actually be trained from the club. So, if he spends 3 more years here, he'll count as being a player we trained at the club and developed at the club, which means he can be registered towards that total. So, despite the fact his contract expires at the end of the season, I will be offering him a new deal, and hopefully we'll have him for a few years to come. Develop him into a decent player, and maybe then he can go on and even play for the national team in 5 years' time. Who knows? But yeah, it doesn't look too bad. A little bit of potential on him. I didn't show you that, but a little bit of potential on him. So pretty happy with that signing. Next guy. Now we were chasing 2 Croats over the January transfer window. One of them was a centre-back. One of them was this guy. We were unable to get the centre-back. He returned to Croatia and played for one of the better teams in their nation. This guy, Mario, and I'm not really sure how to pronounce his surname. Juzelle? So I don't know because that sounds a bit too French to me, but I'm going to say Juzelle. Because that's what I'm reading it as. 17 years of age. And you know what? He looks pretty damn good in my opinion. So being only 17, bear that in mind. Really good stats, good determination, work rate. Hopefully we'll see that in training. I mean, personally, I've actually seen it in training already. His attributes have already gone up. And according to reports, he's got a very bright future ahead of him. And because of his potential, I'd actually consider him, in my personal opinion, my 3rd choice striker. Today, he's not going to be on the bench now because we've got a different tactic and stuff. But he's a good player, and he's played in a few games so far for me. In the league, he played 1 and scored 1. He started 1 game. In the game before this one, which was actually the Senior League Cup final, he came on as a sub in that and actually scored a goal as a substitute, as well as starting another game in the Cup and scoring 2 goals. So he's had a pretty good record so far. And I think he'll be a bright player in the future. And again, same rules apply. 3 years here. He'll be trained from the club, so that's good. And also he plays for the under-21s of Croatia. And the last guy we signed, now this guy, I'm not really sure how to pronounce his name. Taha Messoudi, I think. Again, apologies. It's French because he's from Morocco. It's French language. I'm not too sure. So, yeah, you know, pretty good player again. Former Toulouse player, so came in from their youth team, sort of bounced between their reserves and first team. Actually did play in Ligue 1 as well, so I'm pretty, you know, clearly he's got some decent history on him, you know, playing at a decent level. But he's 21, he's not exactly the best right back in the world. But again, his potential, what caught my eye, you know, he's got good potential. Apparently, he's not too far behind Fran Benitez in terms of ability. I mean, he is, when you compare stats man to man, but, well, he's not too far, even not too far behind that. But yeah, potential-wise, really good, and hopefully again I can grow this guy and, you know, we can see some benefits. Now he will never be able to be trained at the club, but I couldn't really find a better right back out there than Fran Benitez, so I thought this guy will do. Plus right back, centre back, he offers a really good backup option as well, so that's, you know, he is registered as well, so he you know, well, I don't think he's in the squad today, is he? No, he is in the squad today, yeah, because of course we changed up the tactic. But yeah, no, so he could feature today, you know, he could feature in the future, so I think he could be one to watch out for. So those were the transfers. I didn't actually get to sign any other one in the positions I wanted to, but that's because I couldn't really find anyone out there. Hopefully, you know, get to the end of the season, see our boosting reputation and stuff, we can get some better players out there. So last time I left you off, in terms of fixtures wise, it was after the Valencia game. Now I'm just going to point out a few key ones. I think the key one here is College Pegasus, 7-0 victory over them, really good victory. As well as a 6-2 victory over Lions, who forced us 2 extra time in the Senior League Cup semi-final, which I was quite surprised at. I was surprised they actually managed to do that against us, especially when they were 2-0 down at half-time. They fought back and got a 2-2, got it 2-2-2. So, you know, odds are that they had the momentum, they would have gone on to win it. But in extra time, you know, I told the team what was what, and they went out and played a little bit better and got 2 goals in the first half and 2 goals in the second half of extra time. So won 6-2 in the end, and that really showed our quality. Smashed College Pegasus yet again, 11-0. Castellano got 4, Sonogo got 5, McCourt and Sidibe got 1 as well. This was a return from the 2 Ivorian players, Sonogo and Sidibe, from their African Cup of Nations. They were with the Ivory Coast. And they got knocked out of the group, so we only missed them for January. So they returned today, and, you know, I'm pretty happy. You know, they returned for that game, I say, and they did really well. You know, they were the difference in a way. And then we beat Lions 6-0 recently, and also just narrowly got a victory over Gibraltar Phoenix, 4-3 in the Cup. As you can see, I played a very weak team. Not many recognisable names. Well, maybe a few you recognise. Ben Bradbury, Kevin Stockbridge. There have been a few people around the team. Vanskelos played. Jesse Clark, our left back, who I don't think I mentioned, but he is now here. We signed him a few years ago, and he is now officially here. He played in that game as well. Played pretty well, if I can remember. Yeah, he played decently well. We also started Mario Dugel came on as a sub and actually scored, so helped us on the way to the victory in the end. And it was a 92nd minute goal from Benjamin Saidi to win us that game and win us the cup. So yeah, it was quite weird because we were 3-2 down in that game, and playing the second team I was a little bit worried. So that's why Dugel ended up coming on to try and add a little bit something more up front. And, you know, it paid off. He got a goal. Saidi got the goal as well. They did get a man sent off, so that I think helped us. But overall, it was a pretty good game. And I was just chuffed that the second team managed to win us a cup. So those were the transfers. I've rushed through quite a bit there. But I got one more thing I want to go into, and it involves me going to Africa. And you can sort of imagine what I'm going to be talking about here. But in terms of awards, and we want to go on to, oh no, we're on World. Why are we on World? Africa. We want to go to awards and award winners. And we want to go to CAF. Now, I don't know what CAF stands for. Confederations African... I couldn't really think of it. But either way, if we go on to there and we go on to Striker of the Year, dun 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 dun, Musa Sonogo actually got Striker of the Year from Africa, from the CAF Association, whatever they are. And that, to me, is incredible. To have one of our players recognised on such a stage. I mean, you know, Africa produces some really good players. I mean, one of them plays for Manchester United, one of the Ivory Coast strikers, and Sonogo plays alongside this guy. To me, that's quite mental that someone's been, you know, being recognised like that. And also, if we go into, oh, I've clicked on the wrong thing. If we go into 11 of the year, Sonogo was again in that. And if we look at some of the clubs or some of the players that these clubs play for, Juve, Manchester United, Liverpool in defence, Arsenal in defence. I mean, Aberdeen are there, you know, But still, you know, you can't take away from that fact. And I think that's a really good achievement, not only for the player, of course, but for the team. I don't know if this helps the team's reputation or not, but surely having someone recognised on an international stage would help this club's reputation. But yeah, those are all I want to talk about behind the scenes going into the game today. We are in Spain, 21,901 people. Mark Clattenburg is the ref. And we're going to go out there with our slightly more defensive formation. So we're going out there with a 4-1-4-1 that I mentioned previously at the end of the previous video. And let's run through the starting lineup. So we have Cox in goal, Benitez right back, Perez, Mati, and Musta. In centre defence in mid, we have Amari. I decided he was a better anchorman than Dan Morgan, and I think that's true. Plus, having a defender there in a way could help. He's more naturally defensive-minded. Dan Morgan is a bit of a box-to-box player. He may drift out of position and stuff. Right midfield, we have McCourt. Centre mid, Mazzatelli and Sidibe. And left mid is Carlos. And up front, we have Sonogo. And the bench is Nathan Tyler, Mattia Albi, our new guy, Morgan, Amofa, Thomas, and Castellano. Amofa is going to be leaving at the end of the season as well. He's spoken out how he's not happy about a lack of games, and I said, look, you can leave. That's fine. And as you can see, he's chased by teams, but his contract is running out at the end of the season anyway, so, I'm not particularly fussed. So, tactic-wise, I think I ran through this last time anyway, but I want to quickly go on my player instructions, because I don't think I set a few correctly, because I went on that other save, I said I did quite well in, and I remembered that certain tactic things weren't exactly the same. So, just want to add a few things in. You need to close down more, not much more, but just more. Otherwise, I think, as a matter of fact, everything is exactly how it needs to be. A few risky passes, run from position, close down more, shoot more often. You can take that off. But yep, so that's the team. And let's go. Let's hopefully get a result from this game. Yep, that is the team we want to play. Alright guys, so instantly on this screen, the thing that screams out to me is the journalist. I fancy Gibraltar United for this one. Have I gone in underprepared for the game? If we're fancied for this, maybe I didn't have to play 4-up-4-1. I'm going to send the assistant there. But yeah, maybe I didn't have to play that. So I'm just going to calmly tell the lads. They said encourage you our underdogs, and I think that is true. We're underdogs, no pressure. Just reiterate that point to them. And let's go. So, yeah, being considered favourites. Wow. I think I definitely underestimated the team here. If the first half is a bit plain, a bit boring, maybe, they're not possessing too much of a threat, I might change up the tactic to 4-4-2. I mean, we're 30 minutes in now, and we're only getting the first highlight. And, as you can see, we are sitting quite far back. In fact, I probably should have changed to counter. I think I'll do that now. But yeah, maybe I should have just gone 4-4-2. I'm not too sure. Being away from home, we do kind of want to get an away goal. I mean, 1-0 here wouldn't be the end of the world. A 1-0 defeat for us. As they get a chance. So you know what? We had to block it there to keep it out. And now Sonogo went up the other end of the field. Not with a particularly great pass, but still Villarreal actually. Highlight's still going on. I don't like the fact the highlight's this long. Here is Torres for them. I think captain of the club as well. Obviously not Fernando. But yeah, we managed to live through that. And oh my god. Oh my god, what's going on? I think the keeper saved it. I think they hit the post twice. Whatever happened there, we managed to live through it. Now actually, maybe we're on the attack. Sonogo to Mati. What's he doing that far forward? What the hell's that centre-back doing that far forward? Anyway, Sonogo has been tackled, but Sidibe is there. Playing it back. What is that centre-back doing there? McCourt still going. McCourt's still going. And just narrowly wide by Colin McCourt. Couldn't wrap his weaker foot around the ball to get enough on it to direct it goalwards. And oh no, now Villarreal are through and we've given away a penalty. Beckham Musta. That is poor, mate. That is very, very poor. Didn't need to give away a penalty there. A lot of people around him. And Cox with a save. Get in there. Oh my god, Levo missing a penalty for them. You know what, I think I am going to change up to 4-4-2. Not exactly look too great in this game, but I think it may be because I'm playing a tactic the lads aren't exactly used to. We normally play with a little more, more fluid, more controlling. So I think I'll change up to this. And I think what I will do as well is I will bring Castellano on. I mean, I will play them in their roles they're more suited to. Shit, forgot to do a team talk, damn it. But either way, we've gone out there with 4-4-2. I guess I'll do a team talk now, actually. I'll just encourage them, I guess. I mean, nothing more I can really do from the touchline. And Villarreal get their goal they needed, or the goal they wanted, and the goal they probably feel they deserve after the first half performance. But 1-0 to Villarreal, still not the end of the game, still not end of the tie. We can still recover from this. Actually, we're not really doing anything from this tactic, and it's a little bit worrying. I'm going to demand more from the team. I think that's a fair a fair thing to ask for. You know, no one's playing well. Alright, last 20. I think I'm going to go attacking. I think last few minutes, we'll go for it. You know, we'll push a few people forward. We'll bring Tommy Thomas on. We will, we'll bring Dan Morgan on as well. And we'll go like that. Just preferring Dan Morgan over Amoffa just because I think he might put in a better performance. He's, you know, Amoffa may have the mind that he wants to leave. I mean, I wouldn't mind bringing him on, but Dan Morgan also a little bit more defensive minded. But still going. Oh, no, now we've got an injury and we're down to 10 men. We did not need that. We did not need that. And you know what? This second half has been absolutely crap. Apart from their chance, we've had nothing. There's been nothing in this whole second half. Now in the last minute of the match, actually, in injury time, maybe we'll get one chance. No, Castellano doing some shitty pass. What was that? And we are down to 10 men. And in fact, Villarreal do get a goal. It's going to be ruled off for offside, so I'm not too worried about that. But we're going to have to put in a really good second leg, you know. And I think maybe I did start with the wrong tactic, and that was my fault. Normally I'd go out there looking, you know, keeping a 4-4-2. But after our group stage performance in the Champions League, away from home, I thought it would be smart to go defensive. But like I said, they've not had a chance since they scored. I don't know whether that's just because that's how knockout football is going to be in this stage of the competition. You know, both, you know, that, you know, teams aren't going to push too far forward. They're going to know what they need to do to get the job done. And they know one goal for them at home is a good result. And in fact, it's a really good save from Cox there to keep it at 1-0 still. Jesus, it was very, very close. So, as you said, they haven't done anything, but they come alive now in these last few minutes. In fact, the game should be over in a second. Then they come alive. So Villa's all over. We lose 1-0 to Villarreal. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but it's not great either. I mean, let's face it. But what it does mean is, going into the second leg, going to have to get a better performance. Ajax won 3-0 against Maribor, so the winner of that this time will go on and probably face them. But yeah, we got to turn this around now. We really do. And how long Sidibe? He's out for 12 days to 2 weeks. Now the next game is in a week's time, so I want to click on this. It's in a week's time, so I don't think he'll be able to play. Hopefully he will. You know, even if he's not fully fit, I probably will field him. However, Godfred Amoffa will be starting in that match, and we'll probably end up putting... Well, in fact, the tactic's going to change, isn't it? We're going to start with a 4-4-2 next game, no matter what. 4-4-2, you know, we'll have our standard lads playing. Castellano will be coming in. We'll probably put Amari on the bench instead of our new guy, just because Amari speaks English and... Oh, yeah, and is counts as a Gibraltarian player, so it's nice to just have him on the bench. Elsewhere, I think we'll see a team like this lineup. We want to put Rod Austin on the bench. I think I might start with a team like this. That is, of course, if we avoid any injuries. Now, I probably won't be playing any of these first team players in the next league game before that. But you know, anything could happen in training. But either way, I'll meet you guys back for the second leg, where we're still with a chance, you know. But and you know, maybe, you know, our home form has been good in the group stages. Let's hope that form continues on into this stage of competition, not the form that we had earlier on in the qualifying phases, where it wasn't particularly great. Either way, guys, in a second. See you then. Alright guys, so we've returned, and the starting 11 has stayed the same as I mentioned a second ago. At Europa Point, Capacity Stadium. Let's go into this, you know, we've got everything on the line here, nothing to lose in a way. Let's go. Let's do this. Let's hopefully get a win. So again, the bookies have gone with us as favourites. I mean, not bookies, sorry, the journalists. The bookies have gone against us as favourites today. Villarreal are actually favourites, but match to 4-4-2. What are you applying here? You should show the other winger onto his weaker foot. I mean, I don't see why you'd avoid him. Alright, so pressure is off. Remind the players of that fact. Yeah, do that. They all listen keenly. So yeah, let's go. Gibraltar United. Villarreal, we need one goal, of course, to force extra time and penalties. But if Villarreal score, we'll have to score 3 to win the game. You know, if Villarreal score, no extra time is possible. And Villarreal, actually the team starting on the attack by the looks of it. They get the ball through, and it's a good block there from, I think that was Mazzatelli, forcing a corner. It's not exactly cleared, of course. The corners are still dangerous. Amoffa clears this one away, though. Look at that. I love having matches here. The stadium's so much bigger than ours. It's still not a great stadium. I mean, I don't like the fact that there's no corners and stuff, but we see our burger vans and we we see all the crowd. You know, twice the capacity of our normal, which is around 4,000 or so, 4,300-ish, I think, is our average attendance in the league. As good tackle from Amofa, and maybe this could spark some sort of counter-attack from us. Trying to go for some audacious pass to Sanogo, but Mazzatelli wins it back. Sanogo back to Mazzatelli. And now Benitez, pick out a better pass this time. That's the smarter pass, you know. Sanogo, Costiliano is through, finds Carlos. Carlos with all the goals to aim at, and he finds the back of the net. Gibraltar United 1-0 currently. I'm not going to get too excited yet because, of course, we still need one more goal. But it was great build-up play here. Castiliano had a lot of space, drew that full-back over to cover for the centre-back, and then that left Carlos open, and the keeper, I mean, he didn't close down the striker. Carlos had a lot of the goal then to aim at and slotted it past him. So, decent start to the game from us. I mean, they did have that chance, but, like, you know, great defending from Mazzatelli to keep that one out. Also, Mazzatelli was quite crucial in the build-up play here, so, to the goal. So, overall, Mazzatelli having a pretty good game in my eyes. Oh, no. Cox with one good save, and it is another fantastic block. This time, Perez doing it. And Perez does have a knock currently. Hopefully, that didn't come from the clearance. I don't think it did. And McCourt currently has a knock. So, a few people right now out there for us, playing with, you know, slight injuries or something. Hopefully, they'll play through the pain, and we can see the game out of them. But again, two great blocks from our team so far. They're showing some great spirit to try and keep Villarreal out. You know, if we can get that second goal before half-time, that will, of course, ease it, because that way if Villarreal do score, we know that we need one more, and we've done it twice already, so obviously we can do it again. But we do need that second one right now, hopefully. Castellano to Sanogo, and oh my God, Sanogo, come on, best player in Africa, best striker in Africa, sorry, right here. Should be finishing that opportunity. But 1-0. I'm going to calmly tell the lads that I'm pleased with how you're going so far. Keep it up. You know, if we can keep up the same sort of level, maybe improve it a little, step it up to the next level, step it up a little bit, and that could be enough to get us through. You know, we need one more goal, and Villarreal may decide in this 45 minutes. Well, of course, they're going to have to try and score Villarreal if they want to go through. So it should be quite an interesting 45, although it started off relatively slowly here. They've made a change. Torres off, Simeone on, I've realised up there. They've made another substitution, so clearly they're making their subs now. They're changing things up. Maybe that's what I need to start thinking about, and I think I am going to start thinking about that. I'm going to take Amofa off, who's on a yellow, and I'm going to bring Dan Morgan on, play Mazzatelli in a further forward role, and we're going to play Dan Morgan in a more defensive-minded role. Mazzatelli is quite a good player with the ball at his feet. He is quite a good attacking-minded player as well as a defensive-minded player. We don't really have a defensive-minded player, which is why he plays there. But yeah, hopefully that we can pay off. Last 10 minutes of the match now, actually. And now it's Castellano to Mazzatelli to Carlos. Carlos goal scorer once already. Mazzatelli, and bang! That change has paid off. Now. Change up tactic time, I think. We're going to take Sanogo off because, in my eyes, he's not really done enough today. I'm going to bring Amari on. We're going to put Castellano up front by himself as a advanced forward. Not really his best role. Poacher is his best role, but advanced forward offers a little bit more in terms of not only creating for himself, but for other players. I think we're going to take Fran Benitez off, bring on Mattia Albi, and we're going to put Muster out on the right and play Albi out on the left. Muster can play on the right a little bit, just because Benitez has a yellow card, not playing the best in defence. So we'll make them changes, and yeah, we'll change up the tactic. We're going to go and look to try and hold on for the game now. 10 minutes remaining, we just need to hold on. And I'm just going to calmly tell the lads to tighten up a little bit. Nope. Just tighten up. You know, just they've made a substitution. I didn't see a tactical change anywhere from them. But, oh no, straight away from kickoff. Please don't. Great tackle from Amari. Straight away coming on the field. Crunching challenge. Here's Castellano. Tackle from behind from the Ghana yellow. I was hoping with whistle would blow and they get a red card. There's Cruz on their left-hand side. Oh no. Ball whipped in, and great save from Cox, and a great tackle from Perez, keeping him out. My God, almost scored straight away from kickoff, Villarreal. And again, they're on the attack. Oh no, maybe changing up tactic wasn't the best thing. One block in there. Mazzatelli bangs forward now. Needs to play it. Does play it to Carlos. Back to Mazzatelli. Now to Castellano. Plays it back to Carlos. Oh, another challenge. Should have built up play a little bit better there. Still got the ball back, though. Morgan. To McCourt. Needs to play it forward. Castellano was free, finds Carlos with a beautiful run from Carlos, and oh my God, should have scored there and should have put the game beyond the doubt. Beyond any doubt, I should say, not beyond the doubt. Oh no, Albi's injured. We're going down to 10 men. Fuck. Alright, no striker. No striker zone. Contain. Wait, no. Play even safer. That's what we'll do. So, you know, oh god, the time just flew by there, but it's in injury time now. If they scored now. Oh, good save from Cox. And 30 seconds remaining. I'm still not going to say it's over. And I say it's over now. What a comeback, lads. 2-0 at home. Get in there. And it is Carlos who... Carlos picked up man of the match there, and he did get a goal and an assist, but I don't think you can take away from Mazzatelli. Scored that goal, which is the crucial goal. Not only that, I think he put in a performance. He worked really hard. He made that defensive block earlier on. He did have some sort of input for the first goal for Carlos. So in my eyes, you know, both of them have done equally well here today, but enough to see us go through, and we will be playing Ajax in the next round. That is brilliant. Definitely think I underestimated ourselves in the first leg. I don't know if I'll be doing that against Ajax though. I might still play a weaker, not weaker, but a defensive formation against Ajax. So, yeah, whatever, we'll skip that. 160k for playing in that round of the competition. That's still, you know, good money for us. As you can see, last month, without Europe, we made a loss of £252,000. You know, this month with Europe, plus the money we made from ticket sales and stuff, hopefully, you know, we'll make a profit this month. There you go, the confirmation. We will be playing Ajax. First leg will be played at home at Europa Point. And, of course, Ajax have a history in this competition, something we don't have the luxury to say yet. But we'll be going there with no fear. You know, we'll be going there looking to try and get what we can out of the game. Because we know that we're only a few steps away then from a quarter-final, a semi-final, and a final. You know, that's what we're aiming for. You know, we want to be, if we could, we'd like to win this year. I mean, I think it's highly unlikely. But, you know, you've got to aim for the highest height if you can. And what are the odds looking like for that game? Ajax 6-1 and 8-1. So, clearly they're considered favourites, but what I think I'll do is I think I'll play the standard 4-4-2 at home and hopefully get a result there. If we do get a result there, of course, away from home, I'll play a more defensively minded formation. I don't know if it'll be the exact formation I've currently been using. You know, this one. I don't think it worked too well in this game, but there might be some sort of variation of this. So, either way, guys, until the Ajax matches, peace out.